welcome back. Today we get to plant the first of the annual seeds that we're going to put out in the garden. That is onions. It's February the 26th today. Technically I could have done this a week ago, but I had other things to do and I wanted to make sure they didn't grow too much on me, so I waited now almost till March. I'm going to bring you down closer. First, you see these. Now, this was my test for these trays I made. And what you might be able to see, some of the trays, plugs, the soil is lighter than others. Now this is from just sitting on the watering mat and letting it soak up from underneath. So if you look on the underneath side, the parts where the soil was all the way down to the bottom, then that stayed moist. But I have some where I didn't get the soil right to the bottom, and they dried out. That is why I have some beet seed here. They came up when I was spraying them, but they didn't survive once they got up a fair size. So I have to make sure that the soil is touching the bottom. Now let's see what the plugs come out like with the beets. So I'll just take whether it's a stick or a marker like this, and I go in and I'm poking up through. I've got one beet here, plant, and the roots are pretty much completely undisturbed. Plug that right in the soil and I won't even know it's moved. There was another one because, as you know, beet seed, they're actually a fruit, and they can have 2 or 3 plants grow up. Oh, I need that growing out in a crevice, so that one will probably not survive. So we go to the next one. Once again, I got one to come out pretty good. And there's this one on the side here. I would maybe plant him and see if he grew. Give him a lot of good watering. Okay, so I just noticed something. The rounded tip on this is causing a problem. I need something with a flat tip. Let's try this dowel. It's got a square tip, you see. Yeah, it done much better. So I need to have something with a square tip. And I got a beautiful plug. Now, I am going to put out one of these drier ones. There's a reason for that. 1, 2, 3. This should be the right one. Not much different, but I notice when you let the soil dry out a bit, you'll get a better plug out. If it's too wet, it'll fall apart. If it's too dry, it will fall apart. So I'm quite pleased actually with this. I think I could transplant the beets and of course give them a good watering when you transplant them, and they'll do quite well. But now this is much too early, so I'm going to take all these out and I'll just shake the soil off in the container here, and those beets will go in the compost. This bench is real nice because I got a nice smooth top on it. When I was poking the beet seed plants out of here, many of them came out with perfect little plugs. Probably better to do with your finger, it'll be faster than trying to poke at it with a end of a marker or something. Now we have Tropicana Lunga onion. I have little small packets, little small plugs. So this is 176 cells here. I am going to just put one seed in each cell, because I'm not going to worry about whether every cell has a plant in it or not. I need a marker. Tropicana Lunga onion. Since the old tray is the same thing, I could poke that in anywhere, right? Like this. 176, but I don't want to have one here, so it's 175 set in here. And unfortunately, I got to pick the rest of them out. So now, there. And that moist t-shirt should keep that soil moist. Now I've just brought it out here because I can sit nice and comfortably. And I just could sit comfortably. If I wasn't recording, I could have something playing on my computer, of course. And I'm putting just one seed in each cell because, as I said, they're tiny little cells. They don't take up much space. The main thing for having enough soil is their depth, right? So that's the ideal behind having these deep styrofoam cells, is that I can make them as deep as I want. And I have a Walla Walla seed here. I think there's only one seed in here. Oh, there's two. I'm going to put those two seeds out at the end there. Hook it down, cover it up. There, ready for the shelf. So, I planted them, and there's more up here. In all, I have 1,114 onion seeds planted. Now, I'm not going to have all of these growing. One, of course, not all of them will grow. And the other thing is, I have 6 varieties. So I'm thinking about doing half a bit of each. And then the other ones, I will, my neighbor I know would like them, and there's a couple other people. They'll probably be given to some local gardeners to promote this type of gardening. Now, with respect to these t-shirts, as I was saying in the last video, see, they're on level, so this can't sit flat when you've got a big flat like this. They are, though, looking to be staying moist. This cotton, so I wetted it down, what was it, 3-4 days ago something, and I just put the water in here and it has stayed wet for the entire time. It's 20 degrees here with about a 20% humidity. Now, as I said, with the big flats, you might have an issue where some of your cells are not down touching the moist wicking material. That, of course, doesn't matter if you've got something like this. When you're putting a bunch of smaller pots out, or you have something like this when you've got an actual wick going into the container, then the unevenness of your wicking material doesn't matter. I'm going to plant the rest of my seeds in this setup I have here. I was going to tell you about it in this video, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a video about my favorite seed starting supplies so far. So I think that will be the next video. I have my Siberian pea shrub seeds soaking for 24 hours. I have 40 seeds, actually 39 seeds, and I don't need that many for my property, but I was doing some research, and across the road there's an embankment that my windbreak is starting to fall down. The large trees are one by one toppling over, and I need something to hold back the soil in erosion control. And the Siberian pea shrub, it has a very extensive root system, like peas or whatever. You know, the way a tree grows, it's got that one taproot and then it's got its feeder roots just on the surface. Well, a pea shrub will have roots going down in all directions, and it's great for holding soil into place. So I'm going to see how many of them I can plant over there. Hopefully they do well and make a good retaining for the embankment there. I'm going to use this little paintbrush as a dibber here now to make little holes for these. There's 6 in a row, so 6 long. That will make 36. They didn't all go down. Now, of course, that's the pea shrub. And I have lovage, echinacea, and broadleaf. These, I'm not very well going to be able to use a lot. So I'm going to be doing 6 of each. And I'll put 4 seeds in each container. And then clip off all to the keep the strongest one. Now I'll give this a good top watering to make sure everything is well soaked. Now I have 6 and 3 out of, so these 2 empty. What should I plant there? Now this tray is empty. I'm going to move that, and I'm going to put this one up here until something starts sprouting. And now we wait. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.